G'day everybody, SizDog here. In today's video, it is all about the big red machine, Kane.
What you buy this week? Did you get some toys instead of the groceries? I wanted this since I was a kid. Now I live in a box, but at least I chased the dream. I gotta intercept that package, or my wife will leave me and I'll end up on the street. Nostalgia, but let's hit it hard.
Okay, so today's video, he's unmasking early. Oh my god.
You're not going to do the whole thing with that on, are you?
No, I wanted to talk about this first though. So this is my Kane mask.
Made out of leather, isn't it?
Yes, this is made out of leather.
That's not a plastic mask.
No, I got this on eBay years ago, and it was one of my first eBay purchases. It's made, from real leather. I'm not sure the maker now, but it's just so cool. I would love a complete Kane costume, but it's never come to fruition. However,
I mean, it's funny because people joke that you're a little short for a stormtrooper, right? When
Right.
you're the perfect height for a stormtrooper.
Yes.
You're definitely too short to be Kane.
Way too short, not enough muscles. I've got a couple, but
And
nowhere
he's
near
like-
Glenn Jacobs.
He's like 6'10".
He's huge.
Huge.
So yeah, there's my Kane mask. No Kane collection is complete without one of those. Alright, so my Kane collection, just like anybody's collection really, it's just like what you like to collect. And with my Kane collection, I love to collect the incarnations of Kane while he is in his like debut attire or his classic attire. So I'm going to go through these old ones first, or older ones. So first up we have his BEND-EMS, which is just so cool.
So that means
1998.
he can bend, yeah?
Yeah, they are a little bit
Like they're
bendy.
flexible.
Yeah, they're just rubber.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're made out of rubber. But the detail on this figure is actually pretty good for a rubber figure. And it's got his signature on the back, except it's his logo instead of his signature.
Very broad shoulders.
Yeah, because Kane apparently couldn't write his signature back then, so they just put his logo on the back. But yeah, very, very cool. My next Kane figure is the both sleeved.
I was going to say, yeah, he's got two sleeves on this one.
Yeah, so fully sleeved bone crunching action, or a BCA, as they call it in the figure community, the BCA figures. And the reason it's called bone crunching action is because when you move their legs, they
sound like my knees.
like they're crunching. I think some of the elbow joints do it as well, but yeah, this one you can clearly hear.
And so this is with the sleeve is from a different time period.
I believe he debuted without the sleeve, and then eventually he went full, and then he...
Maybe he was cold.
Maybe
he's like,
he was.
My left arm is really cold. Can I have another sleeve?
Please, like, what are you doing? Give me more costume here, man.
Exactly. I don't want
Um,
all these women ogling my left arm.
which is odd, because eventually you'll see he starts wearing less and less. So it's probably like, his mask was probably getting annoying and he wanted to wear less. So this is a slammer, and it's got a function on the back for you to move his arm. He's got an arm mover.
Just his arm.
Just one. It would be cool if it was both, because then you could do the when he wins a match.
Do you play with any of these?
I definitely played with the last figure I'm going to show you. The rest, they're not really for playing, they're more for
You've got
collecting.
these as a big person.
Most of my collection, pretty much all of my Kane collection, I got as a big person, yes. Yeah. So the interesting thing about Kane and his entrance, this blew my mind when I first heard it a couple of years back, and that is, if his pyro hits at the start of the match, then he's going to lose the match, because there's only enough pyro in the posts for one go.
Ah.
So whenever you watch a Kane match, if it's
You've
not every
spoiled it
time.
now.
Well, but it's a cool little anecdote about his matches. If you go back and watch his matches, most of the
means
time.
You see the pyro go at the start, you go on tab bet and you bet that Kane's going to lose.
We don't condone betting on the nostalgia button, but if there is such a thing of live wrestling betting, then yeah, there you go. We've just figured it out. But I don't think it's a hard and fast rule, but I'm pretty sure most of the time he's going to lose. Okay, so this next one is a...
Oh, he's got no sleeves. That
No.
must have been a summer outfit.
He's missing everything. All of his gimmicks are missing from this one, because this is actually a S.T.O.M.P figure. Where he had a whole bunch of different accessories, but I just bought him in a lot, and he came with without his accessories. But there he is.
Oh, so
there.
he's missing
Loads of stuff. Yeah, I'll show the picture of the actual carded figure here, so you can see what he used to come with.
Can
But
you get the accessories separately?
no, you'd have to just buy it on card. You're gonna give me the next one?
Mine's more of a maroon than a red.
Yes. So this is a Titantron live figure.
Oh, you have a Titantron.
I do have a Titantron right there, yeah. The Titantron figures, you can tell which ones they are because they actually had this little gimmick in the foot. And the idea was that when you put
I'm on the Titantron.
on the Titantron, their music would play. However,
No function.
they couldn't keep up with the technology, and most of the time it would just play the Undertaker's theme or Stone Cold's theme, even though you put Edge on there or Kane or whatever. But I'm pretty sure Kane's works, I'm not sure. But I'm not taking it out of the cabinet just to check because it would be a real difficult scenario. This next one, I love this figure so much. This is the
looks like
Maximum Sweat Kane figure.
A baddie from like a superhero movie.
Yes, and because this one actually came with a mask, and this was before Kane was unmasked. So you can see on his face, it's all burnt.
Yeah.
And so they were like, well...
Oh, so that doesn't have a mask?
It does have a mask, but I don't have the mask that comes with it.
Oh, okay. You bought it without the mask.
Yes, I would love to get this one with the mask. It's very expensive to get out to Australia. So one day maybe. But the cool thing about the Maximum Sweat is that you open up this little compartment at the back, and then you press this button, and all the water or the sweat would come out.
That's hilarious.
So he's sweating, and there's heaps of them in this
That's
range.
so funny.
I also have a... I'm sure I had one more Maximum Sweat,
That
possibly
is
not.
so funny.
Yeah, so that was just a
And so
gimmick
they've
they
made
did.
his face all look all the reason why he wears a mask.
Yes, because he hadn't taken his mask off yet.
And they didn't realise he's just a normal guy.
Well, yeah, but to keep in lore, Lore,
The
of the
kayfabe.
storyline, yes, the kayfabe, they, the toy makers were like, well, you know, what if we do this? And they somehow
Because
got
he's
away
the
with it.
Undertaker's brother, yeah?
That was the storyline, yes. Okay, on to the newer figures that are in this ring attire.
So this is all just this specific ring attire,
Yes.
as in the bodysuit with either one sleeve, two sleeves, no sleeve.
Yeah, with this classic ring attire. There's a couple of changes here and there, but basically it's the same. There is an inverted one where it's black here and red on the top that he wore to the ring, which I can put in here for those watching. But there's only one or two of those, and I don't have any of them. So this is the Mattel Retro. It does have that action. So you can do the bump bump ba da dum bum with this one, which is kind of cool.
Woo!
You know, and make the flames go. There they go. And I actually have this one on card as well.
Double up.
Because it's such a cool figure, and I was able to snag this. But now this is a very expensive figure, so
It is?
yeah,
How much?
even loose, you're looking at at least $50 at least here down in Australia land, and on card probably up to $80 or $90.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's definitely sought after. I mean, to get Kane to sign this in a red paint pen, can you imagine? I don't have any signed Kane stuff, so if I was to get something signed, it would probably be this one.
We'd have to go to where he's the mayor now to get him to sign it, wouldn't we? He's not going to be coming out on any promos.
Well, he did come out in 2018 for the Super Showdown, yeah.
Oh, that's right, he did. We watched him wrestle.
Yeah, I'll show you some of the images from that time where I actually got to see Kane wrestle for the first time in my entire life. It was insane. But yeah, maybe one day I'll get to meet him and I'll get him to sign something.
Is this another double up?
So this is a triple up. So
Triple.
yeah, so
Triple up?
I have this
How
figure
lucky.
3 times. So this is it on card. It's a Mattel Basic Series something, Series 74.
Does that mean that the toy isn't have as many features because it's a basic toy?
Yeah, so it's not as articulated.
Okay.
And
so
usually the deco is a little bit less as well.
his knees still bend.
His knees bend, yes, but very stiff.
Very stiff, yeah.
But yeah, it's still just such a fun figure. I love the colourful attire that he's in. The thing about Kane is that he is super toyetic. Now, most people would say that Rey Mysterio is the most toyetic character of all time. I disagree. I think Kane is way more toyetic. But that's just me because I'm biased because I'm a massive Kane mark. But there you go, I've got 3 of them. This is my only Elite style figure with Kane in this attire. This is actually the ringside exclusive Undertaker as Kane figure.
So it's the Undertaker.
It's the Undertaker. There he is there on the back of the box.
Kane.
Dressed as Kane. There he is revealing
Was
himself.
that to trick someone thinking that they were fighting Kane and not the Undertaker?
Yeah, there was a storyline happening at the time. And so you can just pop the head off and just put a Kane head on, and that's how I display him as Kane. But he does come with the Undertaker head there as well, which is kind of cool. And he comes with a mask, so you can put the Undertaker head and put this on top, which is very, very clunky.
And
yes, interchangeable hands.
spare hands.
Yeah, so he can hold a microphone or something like that. Yeah.
He can hold his hand in his hand.
That's creepy, but he could. All right, let's move on now to the next attire in the timeline. So this would be where he went sleeveless completely, and this is my figure from my collection back in 1999 or 98, depending on when this was released. This is a TRON figure. It's even still got some of the blue tack on the bottom of it, because I would put blue tack on the bottom for him to stand. This was, I believe, in the Heat Sunday Night Heat release. It even has that on the artwork. And I think it's a really cool depiction of this timeline. His mask is inverted, so it's not red with black, it's black with red.
Do you reckon they have a say into their costume changes? So when he's like, I'm sick of the red, let's create a new costume for me.
Depends how much pull you have with Vince, I would say.
Yeah.
If you're with the company for a long time, you could probably wear whatever you want. However, if you're just starting out, you'd be lucky you're wearing this. So there's that Kane in that attire. And there's also another one. You'll have to forgive me. I'll do some research on this. This is still a Titantron 2000 JAKKS Pacific Kane. It's got this weird articulation happening.
So JAKKS Pacific means JAKKS is the toy brand, so it's not Mattel or Hasbro.
Yes, that's right. JAKKS had the license before Mattel. Mattel is the most recent company to hold the WWE license.
There you go.
So there's that one as well. And
yeah, that has got a lot of articulation, doesn't it?
it's really floppy, and I don't know. It's a strange figure, but it was part of a lot, so I grabbed it. And now here's Mattel's basic version.
That's like the same version as this outfit.
That's why we're all lumped in here.
Yeah, but that one's red. This one's like exactly the
Oh,
same.
yes, thank you very much. So that one is the same thing. So if you do a
Except
quick comparison there.
This has got more on the more flame
Deco.
Yeah, deco.
Yeah. So again, I actually still feel like this is the better figure of the two, but Mattel had a stab at it for its basic range, and they had another stab at it again. However, it's the inverted colors this time, so it's more this version of Kane in the red. I haven't unboxed this one.
You haven't opened it.
No, I haven't unboxed this one.
You're going to keep that one mint on card.
Or mint in box.
Oh, it's mib.
Mint, it's MIB, yeah, so this is mint on card.
That's mock.
That's mock, yes.
That's mib.
That's me. Yeah, but we say MIB, we don't say MIB because it sounds
But
weird.
you call that mock.
But that one's called mock.
You can call that mock, but you can't call that mib.
Yes, yes. You're learning something here today, don't you?
Hey, today wasn't wasted. I learned something
There
new.
you go. So here's my MIB Survivor Series Kane. And as I said, it's depicting him from Survivor Series. So he wore that red attire, not the black sleeveless version. Now the interesting thing about this is it comes with a Survivor Series chair, but if you look closely, it's that old WWE scratch logo. I'm assuming because, there was a scratch logo back then, but even then it was still the WWF logo that I'm wearing on my shirt today. So they tried, but it's just weird that they put that in there with a a modern figure, because their logo is obviously that that giant, more angular logo at the moment. So that very odd choice from Mattel to do that. Okay, so as I said, yeah, I don't have a Kane t-shirt.
Really?
No, they're so expensive. And I have bought a lot of vintage wrestling shirts in the past. This is obviously a vintage wrestling t-shirt, WWF Attitude. But yeah, the Kane t-shirts, if you have a look on eBay, they're always astronomically priced. Now, he took his mask off.
I'm not.
Maskless Kane. This is about when I stopped watching WWE product. But I do have three incarnations of him without his mask in this time period.
His face isn't all red and scarred.
Burnt. No, he's not burnt at all. Surprise ending.
He just looks angry.
So let's talk about this one first. This is a Ruthless Aggression era Kane, no mask. You can tell it's Ruthless Aggression era by the moulding and the giant thighs they put on him. His hair is gone. They shaved, like, he did this gimmick where he had shaved half of his head, which is just odd. But yeah, that's that one there, that Ruthless Aggression
because in all these
figure.
other ones, he's got long hair.
Yeah.
But did he have long hair, or they just had like long hair on his mask?
No, it was his hair in the 90s, and then his hair started thinning out, and so then when he would come out with the mask, they actually fixed a wig to his mask.
Okay,
eventually.
that's what I was. Yeah.
Yes. But when he took his mask off, they just shaved his head, and he just did the whole chrome dome.
There he is.
This one I got from old mate John Burgos.
He won.
He won what?
He won. That's why he's holding his hand up. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now he hasn't
Now
won.
he's lost.
Yeah, so that is something they do when they win. They put their hand up. So this one I got from John Burgos, who was in my toy hunt video. Shout out to John. He found this in a lot, and I was like, I collect Kane figures. I'll buy that one off you. So thank you very much, John.
Does his head go in or something?
Does, yeah. Do you want to give it a try? Just pull back on his head. Pull back, yeah.
Oh.
Here you go. And now he's angry.
Oh, what was he before?
Now he's not as angry.
But he just looks angry both times.
Yeah, but have a look closely though. See?
Yeah, but his mouth is open.
His mouth is open.
His mouth isn't as open.
Yes, and you can see he's all red. So he's all red in this one. So he's red and not so red and blemished.
Okay.
So there's that one there.
That's
and
a fun
this one.
I like those kind of toys that do that.
The little gimmicks.
Yeah.
It's Power Rangers toys that do the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah. And now this one here is
it's so tiny.
It is tiny. This is the Build and Brawl Kane. I'm not opening this one. It's a very rare figure. And the cool thing about this figure line was that if you bought all four of the figures from this line, you could actually build a mini ring, which is cool.
How cute.
Yeah, very, very cool. So a lot of people have those on display. I've got a Shawn Michaels in the same line as this.
In the box?
Not in the box, no. Just loosey-goosey.
So you don't have the ring part of the Shawn Michaels one?
No, I'd love to build that little mini ring one day, but not yet. Okay, so now we're going to move on to when Kane came back and he kind of donned a mask again, but it was kind of like this half mask gimmick. So...
so more of his mouth was free.
Yeah, so people, really loved that he was back and he was doing this thing where he at least had a mask on. That's a little bit.
Well, that would be very hard to breathe in with that thing. And it's not like he's just walking around. He's doing a lot of athletic activity.
Yes.
With his whole face covered.
And he's a big guy too. So luchadors all wear masks, but they're a lot smaller, so they're able maybe to breathe a bit better because they don't have to inhale and exhale as much as a big guy. That's what I'm talking about.
But it would still be, like even the
very
luchadors,
hard,
it would still be really hard to wear a mask the whole time.
Yeah, they train in them, they socialise in them.
Get used to it.
Full kayfabe. So yeah, this is elite, not elite,
so this
basic.
Is the same figure.
In its box.
Mint on card, Mock.
Mint on card, yes.
And Lucy.
Yeah, it's not exactly mint though. There's a couple of little doggies here and there, but...
So I may as well just open it then.
No, but I've already got him loose, so, it's just cool to have him in that one there. Actually, I think timeline-wise, this one was first because he came out with this stitched up thing on his chest.
They're stitching him up.
They're stitching him up! I watched a video and they were saying that it was meant to be like a corpse, like that's how you would stitch up a corpse apparently. So that was the artistic idea behind this ring attire.
His figure was quite a dark figure, like he was...
His character, you mean? Yes,
like,
Kane is very
the
dark.
underworld, like, ooh, he's evil.
And I have this one here. This is my only elite figure in this attire.
Team hell no.
And I display him with Daniel Bryan, or Bryan Danielson, as he's known now in AEW, and as he was known prior to being WWE. But yeah, so that was a great run with Kane. So much fun. That was back when I was watching the wrestling again, circa 2013, 14, that kind of time frame, I think. But yeah, that's a really cool figure.
Oh, he dropped
his belt there, but I'll fix that up later. And then one more basic in this attire, well, similar attire. It's kind of got more flames, but he's in that gimmick of a mask and everything. And there he is there.
I always found his character to be really scary.
As a younger person,
yeah,
he freaked you out a bit.
Yeah, him and the Undertaker freaked me out a lot.
Yeah.
And then the Undertaker became the American badass, and he came out on his motorbike, and he wasn't as menacing.
No.
And then Kane, when he was corporate Kane, wasn't as menacing, obviously, because you could see his face and
yeah,
all
that was
sort of stuff.
Towards the end of his run.
But this is very scary.
Well, I don't own the scariest Kane action figure. Probably the scariest action figure WWE has ever released. It's a zombified version of Kane, and it looks like a horror movie. I'll put a little screenshot of it here. I'd love to own it, you know, but I don't own it. Yeah, if you got one sale, yeah, reach out to old mate Sis Dog. I'll gladly take it off your hands. Now, I want to finish this video and the chatting about Kane on this particular bone crunching action.
Oh, you've already done those ones?
Yeah, this is all finished, yeah. Bone crunching action figure. So this is my figure that I owned as a teenager.
So that's the same as...
It's different.
Oh, but this one is the bone cruncher.
No, over here, sweetie. These are both bone crunchers, but it's different. So this is the one with two sleeves, slammer.
Ah.
So this is bone cruncher with one sleeve, and this is my original one from when I was a kid, an old teenager. So I'm not sure if it came with this stand, but a lot of them did. But that's how I display it, with this stand. And this is the most nostalgic for me. Gonna hit the nostalgia button right now. Still waiting for that button to arrive from China. Thanks, COVID. But yeah, it's just so cool, so nostalgic. I just love this figure so much. You know, you can pose him like that with his arms up, and you know, for a figure from 98, 99, whenever this was released, I think it still holds up. It's just so cool, and yeah, I love it, love it, love it, love it. So there you go. That is all my Kane collection. I have one blaring omission. I don't have Mattel's most recent Kane figure, the Ultimate Edition Kane.
Why not?
It's expensive to get out here to Australia.
No, they didn't give it. It didn't come out to the shops in Australia.
Doesn't have an Australian release, Mattel. So send me one, and I'll put it on the channel, and you'll get more people interested in your product. So please, Mattel, come give me one. I deserve it. Look how much I've spent on your toys. Thanks again for watching Nostalgia Button this week. All about my Kane action figures.
That's a lot of toys.
A lot of toys. The number down the bottom will show how many there were. I believe there was upwards of 20 something.
Definitely.
Tune in next week again for another episode of Nostalgia Button. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe with your bell notifications turned on. There's really nothing else left to do other than to don my Kane mask one more time and give my wife a big smooch. See you next time, fam.
Bye.
Bye.